Welcome to Off the Clock. I'm your host, Sierra Jones. Today we have the pleasure of having the CEO of Kingdom Fitness, Coach Crystal Harris. Coach, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So look, I'm going to put you right here on the spot.
Oh, wow. Already. Okay.
So we're here.
Yes.
It is 9 a.m. How would your group of kids describe you?
Woo. It's 9 a.m. and it is fall, so it's not summertime. So fall, I'm usually preparing, getting ready for UAH classes. So this is in my kinesiology department. I'm an adjunct teacher, and so this would be my weightlifting class.
Okay.
And so me coming in would be like, man, what is she going to have us do today? We can only imagine. Is it upper body, lower body? Oh, man, we have no clue.
Yeah.
So I have them to sign in, and then we'll warm up, and then I say, hey, lower body today. And they go, oh.
Yeah.
And so then we'll learn the lower body, and then by the time the workout is over, they're like, you're just trying to kill us today.
Right.
And then when we leave, I say, hey, by the way, bring your A game on the next day.
Yeah.
So that's usually how it goes.
And then what time? Because you train little kids, right?
Yes, 7 to 11-year-olds all the way up.
How would they describe you?
The 7 to 11-year-olds, they are at that age where their focus is not there.
Yeah, they're little.
And so getting their attention, I'm like a kid at heart.
Yeah.
So I'm either having them laugh or they're going to be like, yes, ma'am.
A little scared, just a little bit.
Just a little
bit.
Just a little fear, just raise the voice just a little bit to go, yes, ma'am. Let me get back on the line and pay attention. So, but yeah, I think they would think I'm goofy and tough.
Yeah.
Also.
And I would say I had the pleasure, Coach Crystal was my coach as well when I was training. I think it was back in middle school maybe.
Started in middle school.
Yeah,
all the way
and
up.
I will say, if you can't tell, Coach Crystal is very energetic. She is an encourager. She is gonna call you out, but I will say she made me a lot better athlete, and even a person, just because if you don't believe in yourself, Coach Crystal will be able to see it, and you will be able to bring out the best. That's why you are one of the best here in Huntsville.
Well,
so
thank you. I appreciate that. That's something that I try to live by, especially with Kingdom Fitness and my company, is that, you never know what people are going through, whether it's my adults or my 7-year-old that's coming in.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily know what they've gone through at school, at home, my adults going through at work. And so coming with me, I needed to be a refresher. Yes, we're trying to get better. We're trying to reach a goal, but I want them to feel that their environment they're in with me is positive. So we don't take the negative. We don't take the word can't.
Yeah.
So we try to stay away from the negative and put all the positive. So at least when they come in and when they leave, they can feel the refresher of that. Wow, I took a breath today. I was able to relax for that hour.
Yeah.
I was able to calm down for that hour and get done when I need to get done.
Yeah. And did you ever, like when you were younger, let's say middle school, high school, did you think that you were going to be a fitness coach?
Not at all.
Okay, what did you want to do?
And growing up, I didn't get a chance to play sports like all my peers around me. I didn't start running track, even playing a sport, period, until I got to college.
Oh, wow.
And so because of just religious purposes and scheduling, just wasn't able to do it. And so I always assumed that I was going to be a nurse. Like, hey, I love helping people. I'm going to be a nurse. And the first thing my aunt told me is, a nurse, you're going to be a comedian. And so I pursued nursing.
Okay.
And my godfather, unfortunately, had passed away. And so I was watching what the nurses were doing, what hospice was doing. No. That is not what I want to do.
What was it for you? Was it the blood?
It was, oh my. So it was just like, you have to, clean them up, wipe them up. I do not like needles, so you want me to stick someone with a needle? What? So that means I probably got to get shots too?
Right.
Yeah. Nursing is not for me.
You're like, nah, I'm good.
No, I'm good. I changed that quickly.
Okay.
I walked across stage high school, was like, nope, not nursing. So before my first year, my first day of my 12th grade year, that weekend, the weekend before, I tore my ACL. I was a part of an upper bound group, and I just, playing basketball with everyone, and I went up for a layup, landed incorrectly, tore my ACL. So I walked around for a couple of weeks, and, it's hard to determine in a sense if a female has torn their ACL because of how our pelvics are made. And so they thought I just twisted my knee. And so my doctor, Dr. Gray, was like, I'm sending you to my best friend. Best friend is Dr. Andrews from Birmingham, well-known doctor from
Yeah.
Auburn, Alabama, you name it.
Mhm.
So he sends me to his best friend as the best orthopedic surgeon that
Right.
I've never heard of, but at that time. And so he just took a regular x-ray without even MRI. And he says, you tore your anterior cruciate ligament. We're going to have surgery on Monday. Also, make sure you don't eat. So he just spits this
Spit all of
out.
it out.
And I'm looking at him going, surgery? What? I'm 17.
Yeah.
Mom, no.
Yeah, yeah,
So, being in that environment of physical therapy, being at that time the only young lady in the group, it was just all guys. You got professional soccer people that in this facility. He was just operated on a wrestler, and in his office was a big picture of Mike Tyson.
yeah.
So when we got done with my surgery, I brought my little class picture, about that big, photo size, put it in a little corner, the
Yeah.
big signed pictures of these
You're like, go ahead and
athletes.
remember Crystal
And I
here.
was like, yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
my little picture in his corner. But that forever changed my mind about, wow, like I already loved sports, even though I didn't get a chance to participate in high school, middle school.
Right.
To kind of see that progression of how you train an athlete, especially, with a torn ACL, never had an injury, how therapy works. So I was like, physical therapy. Maybe my calling is physical therapy. So I went with that mindset to University of Alabama, Huntsville, UAH, of I want to be a physical therapist.
Wow.
So, and going with that mindset, of course, it changed again.
Right?
Yep, it changed again. And so, still pursuing physical therapy, got to working with my mentor, Dallas Terrell, who did,
Great guy.
strength conditioning, speed and agility. He's my intern. I'm interning with him. And the first thing this man does is, I got my paper, my pen. I'm ready to record. He snatches the book and says, "What size shoes do you wear?" What? Sir. He goes, and I was like, I don't, 9? I don't.
Yeah.
Hands me softball cleats, tells me to put them on. I go out there, and these guys are way taller than me. And one of them happened to be a Mobi Okoye. Mobi Okoye is one of the youngest NFL players here from Huntsville area that, ever played the NFL, the youngest. And he's standing beside me. I don't know who this guy is. I'm in college. And all these other gentlemen are standing beside me. He's like, "So lead us in stretches, Crystal." And I'm like, "What?" But I joined the track team when I got to UAH.
Wow.
It was their first year starting. And so I walked onto the team and ended up the second year getting a scholarship.
Wow.
So he knew I knew how to do the stretches.
Yeah.
And so kind of being around him and then joining the track team, walking on, and my love and passion for track and field, always wanting to run it. My father ran when he was in high school. And so it was like, so I could train track athletes. I can do the therapy. I can do it all. I can do it all together, not just limit myself to just physical therapy. It opened up my mind. And so I started working and ended up being assistant manager at the facility. And then I was Dallas' first employee hired at another company. I started my company officially in 2004 while I was still at college.
Wow.
Named it Kingdom Fitness. And we've been going 20 years.
Wow. That is beautiful. I didn't even know that. I did not know that at all.
Yeah.
Go back to when you were in college, when you just got that scholarship. Maybe there's some kids right now watching. What was your mindset? Because that is hard to go from a walk-on to get a scholarship.
Yes.
So what was your mindset? How did you do that?
Well, I did a science fair project in 11th grade.
Okay.
And that science fair project was the effect of microwave radiation on seed germination. I ended up getting a 4-year scholarship to the University of Alabama, Huntsville.
Wow.
So I'm standing on stage and they're handing out papers, which are diploma that I didn't know about, scholarship papers. My mom is sitting in the front row, and they said everyone's on stage, open up. So I open up the flap, and the first thing I see is they spelled my name wrong, C-H. It's like, that's not how you spell my name. My name is Crystal, C-R-Y. And everybody's jumping. My mom is literally in the crowd fainting.
Crying,
I'm
yeah.
like, yo, what's wrong with my mama? Read your paper. Congratulations. Welcome to University of Alabama, Huntsville, 4-year scholarship.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so in 11th grade, I knew in 12th grade, I know where I'm going to school now.
Yeah.
And so when I got to UAH, they had just started a track and field program. Again, I've had that ACL. And so that's a year now. Had in 2000, 2001, graduating high school. And so the ACL is kind of fresh. Went to the coach, said, hey, I want to run track. And he says, yeah, just send me your, your film and all of that. And Coach Kane, David Kane, went ahead and, kept writing. And I stood there. He looks up. Yes. And I said, well, I don't have anything. I have no film. I have no clearinghouse. I have nothing. All I have is that I absolutely love track and field. Puts his pen down. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to have tryouts on this day and a workout on this day. Just come join us.
Yeah.
And how I was raised, I wasn't, I didn't wear any pants growing up. I dressed out for PE, but I wasn't raised in wearing, shorts and pants. And so I didn't have anything to wear. So my roommate, who was on the basketball team, Tiffany Tribble, was like, yo, you can borrow one of my shorts. Now, she's on the basketball team. I'm 5'6.5".
She's a little taller.
What? So her shorts felt like a skirt.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I am drawing the drawstring. I was a lot smarter than I am now. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if this is going to work. But then I remember I have a scooter skirt. And I grabbed it out, went to practice. They set up the blocks. I watched it online. Flojo, Jack Jonah Kersey, favorite runners. I've watched it. Never touched the block, but I've watched it. And I got out. He goes, whoa, you've never ran? No. Do that again. Wow.
Yeah.
Come be a part of the team. My first year having a women's team, did that. And the following year, I got on scholarship.
Wow.
So I got an academic scholarship and other academic scholarships. Now on top of that, I have my track and field scholarship also.
Yeah. How did you, because you talked about your ACL, how, because at that time, were you as wise as you are now about the self-care and the and the rehab, the icing, the stretching? How did you stay healthy?
I love to learn, and so while I'm in therapy, it's an opportunity for me because it's something new.
Yeah.
What is therapy? Okay, what is this? How does this look? To the point to where I go, okay, this is how this function. This is how this leg moves. So I've never lifted weights.
Yeah.
So now I'm in college, and you're telling me to lift weights. So the assistant coach at that time teach me everything new, and I'm getting it clean. I'm getting it like whoa. So it intrigued me to be like, I wanna learn this. So I soaked it up like a sponge.
Yeah.
I soaked everything up like a sponge. And so not knowing anything about this leg, I got it strong enough where I never wore a brace on my left knee.
Wow.
At all. And
That's unheard of.
Yes, you wear your ACL brace. You wear your ACL brace, you are in season.
Yeah.
And I never had to wear that brace. I do not recommend that for anyone. But I did not have to wear my brace. I learned my muscles. I learned my body. And I got my legs stronger.
Wow.
That left one.
Wow.
This was another story.
Yeah. To be continued. So look, there is a 15-year-old basketball player, let's say male, that's watching right now.
Okay.
And they come to you like, Coach Crystal, what do I need to do to play at the next level? But you can't give him anything that's related to the physical.
Okay.
Mentally, what does he need to do to get to the next level?
Well, in order to get to the next level is I want to see what are your goals? So you can say I want to get to the next level, but you don't necessarily have a goal in mind as far as where you want to go to school. How are your grades? Okay. Now, coaches are going to look at you and go, hey, I want to see that, yes, I'm going to put you on a team, but I ain't got to financially really worry about you because you're coming in.
That's true.
And pretty much on academic scholarship.
Yeah.
You're more attractive to me to choose. So to get on that Division I level, it's a different mindset. Not just academically, but staying positive that when you lose a game, you don't lose yourself in a sense of, we all have our emotions.
Yeah.
We go through things. We react a certain way. But how do you carry yourself as a leader? I may be a freshman, but am I leader quality?
Right.
Do I have that leadership quality? So for them to have a leadership quality and the ability to learn, the ability to listen.
That's good.
The ability to say absolutely nothing. Now you're coachable. So if you're coachable, that will prepare you for the next level.
Yeah, that's good. I hope those watching heard that. There's a lot. That's why I asked Coach specifically. There's way more than just the physical.
Yes, more.
Mental is everything. When we come right back, we're going to hear more about some of the athletes that Coach Critchell has trained and just more about Kingdom Fitness. Welcome back again. I'm here with Coach Crystal, the CEO of Kingdom Fitness. Now, Coach, you talked a little bit about Kingdom Fitness and how it got started in 2004, right?
Yes.
So now it's 2024. Wow, 20 years later. Tell us a little bit about your clients. Like, do you just coach 7-year-olds? Do you just coach high school, college? Talk to us about that.
Well, I started out the youngest at 7 years old, and then I worked all the way up to professional athletes and also adults. I have my adult group, 7 to 11-year-old group, 12 to 14-year-old group, my 15 to 18, 19-year-old group, and so on. So, because, you know, you have some individuals who have graduated and they're semi-pro now, and so are those who are in the professional field, whether it's baseball, NFL, basketball, overseas. And then I have those who are former athletes that are like, I still call them athletes.
Right,
so my adults are athletes. This is what we're doing today. Okay. So I call everyone athlete. So yeah.
You got to have that title. It gives a sense of pride.
The adults work harder than anyone. We got to run that line. Do not pull a hamstring. But yes, we do.
And do you do personal training, one-on-one as well?
I do personal training. Just of course, depending on their schedule, my schedule.
Right.
And we definitely try to fit it in.
And then also tell us about, you mentioned a little about sports. So do you basketball, soccer, football, what sports?
Every single sport, even to equestrian. So I have, yes, I have young ladies that I train that do competitive equestrian riding. Their horses are located in Tennessee and also in Florida, and they're from you know, Alabama. And they go ride out, do competitions, swimmers, lacrosse players, soccer players, football, track and field. That is my love. That is my passion. That is me through and through. So track and field, every sport, baseball, you name it. So yeah.
And then tell us about what sports you do professionally. You mentioned you do professional athletes as well.
Yeah, in the past I have worked with NFL, hockey, baseball, soccer, track and field, skeleton, winter sport for the Olympics, skeleton runner.
Wow.
And basketball.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I'm still thinking.
I'm thinking there's more.
There's a little bit more probably a little bit more, but yeah.
And what do you enjoy the most about training? Let's start with kids and let's then say adults / professional athletes.
Okay.
What do you enjoy the most about the kids?
Well, the kids is that, I want them to be a sponge to kind of soak it in, and it's kind of like it's brand new to them.
Yeah.
It's like, I've never seen this before. I've never done this before. Or they have a growth spurt, especially the 12-year-olds, the 15-year-olds. Why is my arm this long? What just happened? They just had a big growth spurt and have no clue what to do with their limbs. And so that excites me because now I get to help in that development of your foot placement goes like this. Your hips goes like this.
Yeah.
The power comes through here. So for them to see it, feel it, adapt to it, and then you begin to see it out in the field, out on the court, them understanding their bodies.
Yeah.
That's excitement for me with kids.
Yeah.
For my adult group, it's just like, a mental break. I've been sitting behind a desk all day. Now this woman is telling me to do how much of the squat? Oh my God. I hear this a lot. Girl, I'm old, right? But to see their excitement of saying, I still got this. I still can do this.
Yeah.
And they can go home to their kids and go, I bench press 100 pounds today. Hey. And then my pro athletes is, man, the mindset of a professional.
Yeah.
You don't gripe, you don't whine, you don't do anything.
It's business.
It is business. And when it's business, the amount of attention that they are kind of like the 12 to 14 years I was saying, the younger ones are soaking it in. They soak it in, and there's no questions about it. Yes, ma'am. And it just goes straight to it, and it gives me 300%. I don't like 100. I want 300.
Right.
They give me 300+%. So I love training the professional athlete because I'm getting more creative, but yet tailor more towards, of course, their sport and their personality and what works for them.
Do you ever have to travel with professional athletes?
In the past, before, COVID, cut off some things, I did travel a lot. I believe I went to Tuscaloosa like 5 years in a row. I had a little Kia Forte that I put 200,000+ miles on. And so I was able to train in an arena or go to, athletes game, bring out my table, stretch them out and do that. And so then first time ever going to Utah as a -3 degrees.
Ooh. Would you go back?
For my Olympic, I would go back.
Okay.
Oh, it's amazing. It was absolutely amazing because we went inside the train.
Okay.
But it's like, we're inside today. Okay, you go outside with your outside coach. And so to be able to go to different states that I hadn't been to kind of be around other athletes too, especially I was mentioning about Utah, and kind of just see that world of skeleton and bobsledding and the preparation for that. And you go, you have a track and field background. How's skeleton related? You'd be shocked. That's why track and field athletes do bobsledding. There's one on the end pushing off because they understand block starts and they have the speed. So that's why in bobsledding you have the person probably with the bobsledder is a track and field athlete.
I did not know that, but that makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Huh. So Kingdom Fitness does a lot more than just on the turf, on the field, on the basketball court. You also have done some webinars.
Yes.
Can you talk to us about that?
Well, I love to talk. And I had invited someone to kind of live out my vision. I wanted people to hear athletes why. So many times you hear in the news about such and such, and you think, oh, okay, you paint this picture of who you think they are.
Right.
You don't know their background story as far as what hard work it took to get to where they are.
Yeah.
You just hear of an incident that may have happened. You don't understand their why. You have no clue who they are. So I had this vision to get a panel together to do interviews, and I'm sitting in the audience, and I wrote down all the questions. This lady reads it, and then it happened to the point to where it was like, I'm capable of doing this. I can do this. And so instead of meeting in person, when COVID happened, we decided, I was like, let's do Zoom webinar. So I had my questions together and I set it up, and I began to ask on my first panel called Building of the Kingdom. So we got Kingdom Fitness as my company, and it was like building of the kingdom. Eventually wanted to, own my own building, but I'm looking at the athlete as far as, look, they have built something to where they are now. So to hear those athletes explain their whys, and for you to see another side of them that you don't see on the field, on the court, in the grass, etc. You just see that. To see another side of them, they're human. They make mistakes. They love hard. They have hurt. They have all these things that we say normal people, they are the same. So to understand who they are instead of trying to tell them what their purpose is. You can't tell me what my purpose is, okay? That's between me and the Lord. That's why it's Kingdom Fitness. There's a key underneath Kingdom Fitness. In other words, I'm going to give you this key. In other words, I've shown you all the success that you can have. And it's loaded up in this key, but it's up to you to choose what door that this key is assigned to, and that's your relationship. And so for them to be able to talk in an interview and people see another side, it was just like, wow, this is something that I want to do. So eventually, hopefully we'll get a podcast started, and we're going to be doing more webinars because I've done women empowerment. I had the GOAT on,
Yes, you did.
Cynthia Riva, Grammy, was it Oscar Academy, Tony, she is the and I had Olympians on, Michelle Carter at that time, the only USA at that time that's only won gold in shot put. Tiana on, I'm forgetting names now, Lauren, I had all those ladies on. Lauren, has won in the Winter Olympics and the Summer Olympics.
Yeah, that's
So
hard to do.
to have that panel of Ms. Dolores Smith, psychiatrist, to have those individuals on there, even our local ladies, I wanted to put local on there too, because we can get the bigger names
Right,
too.
right.
I wanted local. I wanted the ladies from Alabama. I wanted Monica, who now teaches at James Clemens as far as ladies basketball. So I wanted the local on there too, to say, hey guys, yes, they're on a professional level right here. These young ladies are professional also.
Yeah,
They
they're right
run
here.
with their Division I schools. They are coaching at a higher level, you know, to kind of get aspects of all around.
Yeah.
And so I've been blessed to be able to get everyone's story out. And
Yeah.
that's my biggest thing, is that if you knew my story, you'll look at me and go, whoa,
Yeah,
I didn't know.
yeah.
And so if you know their story, it kind of tells a little bit more of who they are. So yeah.
That's true. You said some really good things. Especially, I love the most is the key that you mentioned.
Yeah.
And I look forward to seeing how Kingdom Fitness continues to grow. Not only in Huntsville, we're just going to claim the state of Alabama and beyond that, because you already are beyond that. Because not only you, because you're right, no one would know that you tore your ACL. Just the way you carry yourself. And if you don't know, you definitely should come
Twice.
And twice.
Yeah.
If you come watch Coach Crystal train, like you would, her energy, she's with the kids too. She's just not sitting on the bench and yelling. She's actually encouraging, demonstrating
Yes.
all of the above, and staying fit yourself. So I think that's a rare quality to have now these days.
Yeah.
As a trainer, physical coach, however you want to call it. And I think that it sets you apart. And I know that's why I wanted to train and learn from you. But Coach, before we go, we've talked a lot about what you do and Kingdom Fitness and teaching. But what do you do when you're off the clock? This is off the clock, so you got to share
Off
what
the
you
clock. Sleep. No. Is it time to wake up yet? No, go to bed. I love to travel.
do. Okay, yes,
Oh
you do.
My,
You do.
I love to travel. You know, you get those friends that you're like, hey, let's go somewhere. Those are the ones you keep close that don't cancel on you. So one of my good best friends, Megan Smith, you'll probably see her all through my things, to where I love to just get away. I would love to go more, travel more out of the country, see new things. I love taking pictures. So I used to take pictures a lot when I was over a track team. Take pictures because I love seeing the movement, the landscape, all of that. And so to be able to travel and the beach, oh, I love the water.
Well, I hope you'll be able to go to the beach soon.
Please.
Yeah, I hope. Well, Coach, thank you again so much for being here. So those now who are watching, what is the best way to get in contact with you?
I would say through email. You can reach me at kingdomfitwedon'tquit@gmail.com. We also have a Facebook page, which is just Kingdom Fitness. We have our Instagram, which is _Kingdom Fitness. And then you can go to our website, kingdomfitnessincorporated.com. And you can book as far as that goes, and I'll shoot straight to my email address. So book your sessions.
All right, and if you did not catch that, just scan that QR code and it'll take you right to get in contact with Coach Crystal. Thank you again, and join us next time to see who's off the clock.